Hello, hello. What is up, everybody? Today, another day to crush it. All right. This camera needs a focus. Let's focus, brother. You got to focus. All right. Oh. What's up, everybody? So, hey, if you've been watching this challenge, we've been taking action. We've been doing work. And today's another day to get some work done. I'm excited. I made an offer yesterday. I was 90%, 99% certain the lady would sign. I gave her the contract. I usually read through the contract with the seller and I make them sign right there and then because that's how I roll. I say, hey, I'm going to send you the contract. We're going to read through it and then you're going to sign it if you feel comfortable. For her, she was an investor. I was like, I'll just let you read it. She said she'd sign it. I made the cardinal mistake, if that's the right word. I trusted that she would sign it. Okay. So I just texted her this morning. And I said, hey, how come you didn't sign? And she's like, I got some other offers. I'm a little fired up right now because I should have listened to myself. I was being lazy. You're lazy when you don't do what's required. Okay, you're lazy when you know you should do something and you shouldn't do it. I've been lazy. Okay, I just believed. I was like, man, I had a good enough conversation with her. And I'm going to show you how I reacted. Okay. This is just because I'm doing this challenge and I want to just get it done ASAP. Usually I wouldn't react like this, but let me show you how I handled it. Again, this was a seller who I said, yo, what was I going to say? I got to put this link in here real quick. Jump in. All right. But anyway, I made an offer and, I was, like I said, I was super certain that she would sign, but I didn't go through the normal process of walking her through it. I just believe she would sign, and she didn't. So this is what happened this morning. Let's see if the text message came through on my computer so everyone can see it. All right, there you go. Let's see how I reacted to this. All right, I think it's okay. If you're trying to take action quickly and you ain't trying to bump around and mess around, I think it's fine. So this is her. Her name's Hezi. I sent her the contract. So I said, I wanted to check in and see if you were ready to sign because she said she would sign last night. She said, what's your name? I'm like, what the heck? What do you mean, what's my name? We've been talking. Do you not remember me? You got amnesia? And then she said, I said, I sent you the contract. She said, for the one that I sent the contract for, she said, we received a few offers that would like to take a few days to review and pick the highest and best. The other one that she sent me is available. So I said, oh, okay, so you aren't ready to accept my offer at 225. And she said, your offer is in my top 3. Look, I'm in a position right now where I don't have time to waste, especially on this challenge. But I already have a house under contract. I've already got it. If you guys go watch day 12 or 11, I can't remember which one it was, but I already got one. But this one, I was like, let's get another one. And she said, she's reviewing offers. So I said, no worries. I need to place my money somewhere, and I've been looking at some other properties too. If you don't sign it today, I will have to go with the other property I made an offer on this week. I understand if you want to explore your options, but I will have to move on from this one. I need to move quick because I do need to move quick. I ain't got time to waste for her to look at a bunch of different offers. So this is what she said. I totally understand, and thank you for being transparent. You sound much more serious from all the other buyers that keep calling me. Winky face. I will do my best to get back to you ASAP. So then what I said to her is I gave her a deadline. Okay. Cause I'm going to move on. I'm going to make other offers. I ain't going to worry too much about this one. So I said, yeah, if you can get back to me before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1 more hour, I said, that would be great. I'm not here to waste your time. Most of the other callers, most of the others calling you probably only wholesale. I do both, right? So you got to act like you do. If you don't, either act like you do because you have buyers. So, hey, most of the other people that are working with you are probably only wholesale. I do it all. Here's my proof of funds. And I sent her a proof of funds letter that I got saying that I got money. Okay. We're not here to mess around here. We don't got time for sellers that want to, waste our time. So yes, you can be nice and kind and you can make offers and just wait for them, but also you got to put the freaking heat on them, right? You got to put your weight into them. So let me say so to Joe, he can't be on the meeting today. No worries. Love you, Joe. Love you, bro. No worries. All right. So we'll see. We'll see how she responds. We got Jeannie on here. Jeannie, what's going on? Jeannie, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. I'm good.
Oh my, how are you doing this morning? How are you doing? Well,
Good.
it's not morning. It's what is it? It's 11 in New
Yeah.
York.
Well, I'm in Miami right now.
Yo, did you know I'm actually going to Miami the end of this month?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're flying out there. We're going to the Keys.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's beautiful weather right now. It's the only place with no snow.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting wrecked right now in
I
Utah.
saw
It's
that.
unreal. Okay, so Jeannie, everyone, welcome Jeannie. Jeannie is in my mentorship program. Jeannie is awesome, and we got Henry just hopping in here. What's up, Henry? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Nathan?
Good to see you, man. So Jeannie, Henry, everyone that's watching this, you've been watching my live, and you know that if you have all day to make offers and you just by yourself, if that's all you do, you just make offers on the MLS, if you make offers for sale by owner, you've seen me do it because I've done this part-time. That's how I'm talking to this lady who I just made this offer to. I think she'll sign, but that's how you do it, right? You just if you have all day, you're gonna get a deal. You need to make five. It is. I don't think it is possible. With what is anything is possible, but within 30 days, if you're working part time, like 1 to 2 hours a day on this challenge, like I am, if you don't leverage other people or have other people bring you leads or you close others or work with a team, it's going to be really hard to get a deal within 30 days with no money. You either got to spend some money or spend a lot of time. Does that make sense, Jeannie and Henry?
Yes.
Yes, it's
And I've done this myself because I was like, okay, let's do this challenge. Let me go to a new market with no money and working 2 hours a day, pretty much. It's very difficult. So I had to, by the way, I did it, right? But it's not everyone's has the experience in negotiating, but it's time to leverage, right? And that's what I want both of you to do is to leverage me, leverage each other, leverage other people that are newer, because that's how you're going to get a deal faster. Okay. Let's see, Henry saying, do you guys have any questions about how to leverage people, how to work with others so you can get a deal faster?
yes. So I have a realtor right now.
Okay.
I send her my analyze and my cash offer, and then she call on my behalf, and then yeah.
So you're leveraging a realtor. Good job, Henry.
Yep.
So let me explain to you how I'm leveraging you guys. I'm leveraging others, and I think you can do the same, or you can leverage me, right? Because I have a skill set. My skill set is I'm very good at closing people, right? I can give them options. And if you're not there yet, you can get there, right? But you can leverage me. Also, Scott Levine, the machine, he's working with me too. So what we're doing, Jeannie and Henry and anyone watching this, like that's in a part of the real estate team or part of my program, it's you can send me deals and I can help you close them and we can partner on them, right? So that's something I want to provide to you two, just to let you know, like leverage me. I'm here to help you. But let me show you kind of how I set it up. And the purpose of this call is to kind of show people how they can set up a system to leverage others. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So check this out. So this is the Discord channel. I know for someone that's brand new to this, Jeannie, like that doesn't know Discord, it might be like, oh my gosh, that's a lot, right? There's a lot going on. But let me kind of explain how it's set up, so how you can use it and how others can use it. So the Discord, obviously, it welcomes people. Anyone can play games, and there's a free lounge. The free lounge is for anyone that is a real estate investor that wants to network with people, and there's free resources, right? So that's like the free stuff, right? Like anybody can get this. Then if you're part of the community of the club, which Jeannie and Henry, you were, right? And then you went to the mentorship, there's the club chat, there's a couple calls a week. It's not really a mentorship, but it's like weekly calls, and you can communicate and get a bunch of resources to take action, right? You can even submit deals for JVing. But right now, you guys are in what's called the mentorship area, right? The area where basically let's work together, right? Like, let me help you. Let me help you build your business, and let's get this going. So this call that we're on right now, I know it's live because of the challenge, but every morning we're going to meet at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so 11 your time, and we're going to run through training and KPIs to see how you're doing, to answer any questions. I'm willing to meet with you every day to help you out, because it is almost like in a daily, you got to take action every day, right? So that happens Tuesday through Friday. Every day it's accountability. We call it the daily stand-up meeting, where I say, hey, what actions did you take yesterday? What do you need help with? And on Mondays, we specifically review your KPIs, because it's all about KPIs. You got to be tracking what you're doing, or you don't know what's going on in your business, right? So does that kind of make sense to both of you?
Yes.
There's just a daily call, right, that I need you to be on so I can really help you. But the thing that's really cool here is I'm bringing in people. This is how I'm leveraging people. So this is called the Offer on Homes team. My company is called Offer on Homes. Okay. And I had a big company right at the beginning of last year. It was doing well. And then the market shifted. And then instead of going big, I was like, let me go small. Let me reverse wholesale, because it's cheaper. It's easier, less overhead. So that's what I was doing. Painless wholesaling, right? I find a buy box criteria, and then I specifically look for deals in that criteria. It saves me time, saves me marketing, and then I bring those buyers the deals that I find. So that's kind of where I transition my business. But now I've seen a great opportunity to help you, Jeannie, to help Henry, to help anyone that's in the mentorship or that wants to be a part of the team, where I can give you my criteria. You can go find it, spend your time finding the deals, and I can negotiate them, and we can work together to make money faster. You don't have to do this, right? You don't have to bring me deals, but it is an option to help you get paid faster, right? Because if all you have to worry about in the sales process at the moment until you get like to build something like I'm building, if all you have to do is find a potential seller, you can do that a lot easier than finding a potential seller, negotiating it, dispoing it all by yourself, right? So that's kind of what I've set up for you guys. And anyone that kind of wants to be a part of the team is a way for me to give you some buy box criteria, you to go find deals, either negotiate them yourself and sell them, and I can give them to my buyer, or give them to me and I'll negotiate it, and then we'll give you a split. Do you have any questions about that?
Yes, sir. I don't have permission to view the one that the offer on home team.
Yeah, let me give you. There should be permission. And by the way, the cool thing about this is this Discord. You can run your whole company out of Discord, because there's like meeting links and all this stuff. So, which you can't see the channel in general, Henry? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so under the tab on offer on home team, I cannot view acquisition, deposition, live transfer, and then result. Basically, everything under the tab on offer on home team.
Can you see the buy box criteria?
Yes, I'm able to see that.
Okay, so what, for everybody that's new to Discord, you basically just have to give people specific permissions to see. So we're gonna put you in here. You're in the mentorship, and you're in the okay. Yeah, no wonder. It's okay. So I got to give you permission. Anyway, I'll make sure to get you permission and everything in here. All right. After this call, but so Henry. Oh, Jeannie bounced out, but she's back in. You back in?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So this is kind of what I think is the first step to help you guys get a deal ASAP. Is I give you a criteria, you can look for it, and then let me negotiate. Or again, you negotiate it, and I give it to my buyers. Or I don't even have to be involved. I could at least give you a criteria that if you find a deal that meets these parameters in these areas, it's pretty much a deal, right? Because that's kind of the hardest thing, is like knowing what to look for, right? It's like, well, I don't know the deal. So I'm kind of giving you guys that idea. So if you go to what's called the buy box criteria right here, I give you the criteria of the buyers that I have at the moment that are currently looking for properties and that will buy stuff, and then we can partner on, right? And if you find a deal that meets this criteria, again, you don't even need to work with me. You could just be like, oh, this is a good deal because if this hedge fund wants it, most people will want it. So if you look over here on the right-hand side, this is the hedge fund buying criteria that I'm working with. This is what they're buying, and they're actively buying. These guys are so good that you don't even have to have a deal under contract. You can send them something that you potentially, you can send them like a potential deal, and they'll tell you if they want it or not, right? So it's super helpful. So these are the areas that they buy in. They're buying in Atlanta, and they specifically told me, because I'm in this area, they want Henry, Clayton, DeKalb County under 250K, hitting the 1% rule. They want Tampa, Orlando, Dallas, Oklahoma City. This is their criteria, and this is their buy box. So if you wanted to be quick about finding a deal, Jeannie, what do you think you would do to find a deal very fast for the using this criteria?
Well, I would definitely, I would search in those markets for, the 3-2, using this criteria.
100%. So let's do it really quick. So if you don't have batch leads, you should get it. And if you don't have it, I can give you a free trial, but this is how you do it. You can use batch leads. You can use the MLS data. You can use whatever. I'm just using batch leads because I like it. Now
Can you use PropStream?
Yes, you can use PropStream as well. They're all pretty much the same right here. So Jeannie, check this out, and Henry. So if we wanted to spend marketing dollars on this, we could, right? But if we don't, we can go other routes. We can drive for dollars. We can, what else? You can make for sale by owner offers. You can make offers on the MLS. There's a lot of different ways to make offers. But if we know we have a buyer here and what they want, all you would have to do is go to the area. So I know this area, so I know it's here. You could also type in DeKalb County. Let's see, DeKalb County, Georgia, and it would find it as well. So it pops up there, and then you would filter for the criteria of what the hedge fund wants. You'd say, okay, they only want residential, they only want a single family, they want above a minimum of 3 bedrooms, a minimum of 2 bathrooms, a minimum of 1,000 square feet. They want a minimum of 1965. And that's the criteria kind of they gave us at this moment. Now, if you were going to pull a list, you could. There's in DeKalb County. There's 109,000 properties that meet this criteria at this moment, and then you can go in here and you can say, okay, well, look, I want 50% equity. Sorry, where is this equity? I want these people to have at least 50% equity, so I can, work a deal out. I want individual owned. I want them to have owned it for 15 years. I mean, you can play around with different list stacking. This is if you, want to spend money on marketing. Then you can text campaign it. You can do whatever you want. What the strategy we're doing right now, because in this challenge we don't have money, is where we would go MLS. We go for sale by owner. So, and that's kind of what I did the other day with the for sale by owner house that I made an offer on. And you hopped in a little bit later, Jeannie, but here is the text message I had with her. I made her an offer, sent her a contract yesterday, showed you guys how to fill it out. And now she's telling me, because I didn't take her through the contract, I was lazy. I just sent it and thought she would sign because I just believed she would. She's like, I got other offers. What you have to do, learn from my mistake and being lazy on this challenge, get them to sign right then. Be like, hey, look, I have some other offers I'm making. I'm not trying to press you, but I need to move forward because I got to put my money somewhere. Are we good to sign? Are we good to go? If I send you this contract, you ready to sign it? Let's read through it. Give them to sign. I made another mistake earlier today too. I hope it, not today, but last Friday. I hope it doesn't bite me in the butt. Learn from this, everybody. You have to learn from my mistakes. Because again, I'm being lazy. I think I'm really good. So
this is for myself.
My man Henry's listening to some crazy stuff. So learn from my mistake. I was talking to a seller on last Friday, and she wanted an offer at 300,000. I ran her through the numbers, offered her 240, and she said, look, I can't do 240. I already have an offer at 275. So I told her, hey, look, I can't pay personally 275, but I know some people that might be able to. Will you let me run this by my buyers? And she said, yes, I will. And I said, hey, normally in order to do this, I need you to sign a option to purchase agreement so I can legally do this. But if you just give me the verbal that you'll give me a week, I'll do it. But I want to make sure you give me the time so I don't waste my time looking. And she said, I will. Jeannie, what do you think happened to that seller that said she would give me the time? What do you think happened 3 or 4 days into me looking?
Oh, she found somebody else?
She has somebody else that yes, exactly. So she told me on Wednesday, she's like, hey, someone's like telling me they really want to go. I'm probably gonna go with them. And I'm like, wait. I found a buyer that would pay more than 275. So now I can wholesale it, right? But she's not responding. I have someone at 295. She wants 275. So that's like a 20K deal, right? But what did I not do? Because I was lazy.
You didn't have it locked up as a contract.
I just she gave me her word. She was like, I won't do it. Now we have till tomorrow. She said I could stop by tomorrow, and she hasn't responded. So cross your fingers that she hasn't signed and I can get this deal. But if I would have signed an option to purchase agreement, the option to purchase agreement allows me the first right of refusal on the offer. So she legally, like, she's tied up. So what you got to learn from my mistakes is be quick, take action. And if someone says they're going to do something, get it in writing, because anyone can change their mind in an instance. Even if they sign, they change their mind, but at least having the paper there. So, again, on this challenge, I only have like an hour or two before I have to go do other calls. So I'm just being quick about it and being lazy. But if my only job was to do real estate only, then I would definitely send her an option to purchase agreement. I would have made 20K because she wants to close next week and I have a buyer that can get it done. So crazy, right?
Yeah. So
Very, very crazy. Go ahead. Jeannie, Henry, what's up?
yeah. So what can we do like if I had a situation like I contact the seller and then I'm calling him, and then while on his phone I send him a contract, and then he told me during that he taking a look now, and then he gonna decide later.
You want to do your best. Obviously that's an objection, right? So
Yeah.
let's run that objection. So I'd say, hey, I'm going to send you a contract. Are you good to sign it right now, Henry, if I send it over to you?
And then they say
Go ahead. We're role playing. So just respond what you would normally respond. This is what the other person would respond. All right, I'm going to send you a contract. Are you ready to sign it if I send it over?
yeah, they say yes, send me the contract, and then let me take a look.
I definitely can let you take a look. Obviously, I want you to look at it, but what I do in my company, just to be safe and to make sure I don't miss anything, I actually like to read through the agreement with you just to answer any questions right then and there, because I don't want to send it to you and then you have maybe have some concerns that I could answer immediately. Is that okay if I send that over to you and I read it through with you? And if you feel good about it, you can sign it. And if not, we can discuss, what any potential issues.
Sound good to me.
All right, let me send it over. All right, give me a second. We can stay on the phone. That's how I would address it, because again, because I was being lazy, I've said that many times. This other lady now is looking at other offers, and the other lady that I didn't get the option to purchase agreement is now is ghosting me. And I have like 20K on the line, and I'm like, just answer your phone. So it can be a little stressful, right?
Dang.
But hey, and this is all from just making offers, guys. So let's go back to the buy box criteria that I was showing you all. So in batch leads, if you know the criteria is something, you can filter it and then blast it out. Now, if you don't want to spend money on lists or anything, what would you do? You would go to for sale by owner. You would go to Zillow. You could go to Craigslist. You could go to Facebook, and you could ask people to help you find that deal. So let's do a scenario. Yesterday, I called my buyer. I don't know if you guys saw, but I called Nate Worthen, one of my buyers, and he said, hey, I have a seller who is getting divorced and needs to place their money in a property ASAP. That's what he told me. So I said, what's the criteria, Nate? So he gave me the criteria. Okay, let's see if we can take a look at it. I gotta pull it up. Let's see. 801. All right, give me a second. So I'm going to show you working backwards how everyone here, Jeannie, Henry, we can get paid real quick on this deal if we can find the right property. It's already there. We have the buyer. We just got to find the property. So a lot of people are like, oh man, I can't make money. Because what a lot of people do is they just pull a random list and they look for a random property in a random area and they don't know who's going to buy it. What I'm trying to tell you guys and everyone watching is if you know what someone wants, just go find it. You can find it online. You can find it on Facebook. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do that with Nate's property. So 404. Let's see. Nate Worthen. Any questions so far, guys, on like what I'm trying to work with you on?
Yes, so I see the list. The Heaven doesn't buy any property in Houston.
Yeah. So I know you're in Houston, Henry. But if you want to use this reverse, you would just have to find someone in Houston and get their buy box if you wanted to stay in Houston. And you can also stay in Houston, but if you want to do the strategy that I'm showing you, you can do one of the markets that I showed you. All right. So here it is, guys. Here's the buy box of the lady who is getting divorced and she needs a place to move. And if we find it for her, we got a buyer, right? It's done. We're making money, right? So this is the Utah buyer in Ogden. All right. So what she wants is owner occupied. Okay. Well, we don't need to put owner occupied. You just say Ogden, Utah. We have 3 bedrooms. Okay, that's what she wants. She wants south of 27th Street, max budget $500K, would like a basement. So what am I going to do right now, Henry? How can I find a property? What's the next step? We just did it with batch leads. What? Tell me what to do.
So you go into the search area. You put in 3 bed. Yeah.
First, we got to put the area, right?
Okay.
So we go Ogden. Okay. And then what does this say, Henry? It says south of 27th Street. So what do you think I got to go do? I got to find 27th Street, right? Okay. So let's find it. So this is 30th. So this is 27th Street. And he also told me they want east of what's it called? Washington Boulevard. That's what he told me. He said, if you can get me east of Washington Boulevard. So this is Washington Boulevard, east of Washington Boulevard. East of Washington Boulevard. Okay. So then I would go here. I got my 27th Street right here. He said, they want 3 bedrooms. They didn't say baths, so it doesn't matter, but south of 27th Street and east of Washington Boulevard. Okay. So right here is where we got it. So what you do is you just go to boundaries. You click here. Okay. They want anything east. And remember, Henry, they don't want anything west of Washington Boulevard, which is this little highway right here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So now that we have this area, brother, now it's like, okay, let's filter this. They want a single family property, 3 bedrooms. They don't care about the bath. They didn't say square footage, so we'll take away square footage. And we can apply that. So now, according to the criteria that I set of, 50% equity, there's 577 properties in this area that we could reach out to if we skip trace or text it. Do you guys feel a little bit better now about your opportunities of getting a deal now that you've narrowed it down that much versus like pulling a list of 10,000 people?
Yeah, that look better for me. So
way better. Way better, right? So we'll save that. And we're going to save this as Ogden buyer from Nate. And you can do the same thing on Zillow if you want to make offers. You can actually even do this here. You can just check MLS. So right here, you can say on market, yes. So let's see if there's any properties that meet the criteria in this area. We wouldn't do equity. We wouldn't do years ownership. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, there's 19 properties on the MLS that meet their criteria, but they did tell us that the listing price they wanted, their budget is 500,000. Okay, so this is getting a little easier, right? It's just a game. So let's see what means 5 properties that we can call right now on the MLS that we can negotiate and get a good deal on, and that meet the criteria. Pretty cool, huh? It's like, wow, okay, we can make 5 offers on properties that meet their criteria on market that doesn't cost us any money. If we negotiate it, great. And what you guys can do for me, if you wanted to work with me on this deal, I could say, hey, go talk to those agents, ask them if they're open to negotiating or what's it called? A cash offer. And if it makes sense, send them to me, right? And I'll negotiate the deal, or you negotiate it yourself. But if I negotiate it, then obviously we're going to split it a certain way. Okay. So we would take this criteria and I would just screenshot this so everyone knows what it looks like that's looking. And we put this into the criteria buy box. Okay.
So would you also call the pending ones?
Yeah, anything that would increase your chances, right? Because again, we have someone that's ready to go. and let's look at it this way. Let's say we bring it to them and they're like, we don't want that one. Well, at least we have someone now that we potentially we know buyers are wanting in that area. So then we could bring it to other buyers, right? So Nate's a great resource because he's a broker. So he owns a brokerage. So I can say, Nate, who do you have right now that's looking to buy? I'll look for him. We're just glorified bird dogs. That's all we are as wholesalers. We're looking for deals. And the problem with a lot of wholesalers is they just look randomly, right? They're just like, I'll just pull a list and hopefully I get something. Why wouldn't you just look for someone or have a good idea? So let me give you another example of how I did this with Nate. So Nate, he's like, dude, I love your reverse wholesaling model. I have another buyer who's got $3 million who's looking for this. So this is what he said. Multifamily, 5 to 12 units, max budget of $3 million, north of the point of the mountain. He'll be getting commercial financing through Mountain America Credit Union. Okay. So now I have another buyer. So I feel a lot more confident about what I'm doing as a wholesaler now that I have some criteria to look for. So right here, so buyer in Utah looking for multifamily. So this is his criteria. So same thing. Let's do the same thing. So let's go to Batch. He's got $3 million budget north of the point of the mountain. He'll be getting commercial financing. So same thing with Batch. Let's go here. So this is a different filter we can do. Okay, so north of the point of the mountain is right around Lehigh area. And he said anything up from north of the point of the mountain to the Idaho border. Okay. All right. So we just go here. I think that's where it is. Let's see. Okay, that's actually a little bit further. So I went too far south. Oh, all right, there we go. Okay, so right here, Lehigh, that's where we want it.
So, Nathan, would you use Privy for any of this?
Of course, yes, of course.
So, what makes you decide to use Batch Leads instead of Privy?
No, I'm using both, but I'm just showing
Okay.
people if they use Batch Leads and if they want to drive for dollars, if they want to text, if they want to cold call, if they want to pull lists. You can even use Batch Leads to get properties off of the MLS too, right? It has So it does pretty much the same thing as Privy in the sense of like you can filter it. The only difference I think with Privy is it has like the specific filters that like use their algorithm to find the discounted ones, right?
Okay.
This will actually just pull all of them up that meet your criteria. Same with PropStream. They all kind of do the same thing. Privy just has a little bit different algorithms, right? Different, I think of the word, but it pulls up different things to its math. It's all good because
Yeah. It's just that I'm using PropStream and Privy, so
it's all good. It's all good. I like Batch. I've used Batch. The reason I like Batch is because it's got Driving for Dollars in it. It's got you can text out of it, you can send mail out of it. And again, it's more for a little bit people that are doing the marketing style, like spending money marketing. Again, this challenge has been to show you how to use it for free, right?
Okay.
And the way you would use it for free is you could go look for specific properties, knock them. You could go Drive for Dollars. You could what's the other thing? Make MLS offers. So let's look at this guy. So this guy, he said he's got a budget of $3 million. He wants multi-units. So we would have to go here to multifamily. Let's see, I think it's under commercial. Let's go shopping centers. Let's see. General retail. Let's see. So that's that would be commercial, right? Office, industrial. Maybe. Let's see, Bangalore. There it is, multifamily. It's not under commercial, my B. Okay. So same thing. We're looking for multifamily in this area. My man's got a budget of $3 million. That's the most he can spend. So there we go. And we're going to apply. So it looks like, according to this, the only thing that meets that criteria are 2 properties. But I also need to check the filters. Let's see. Residential, income, multifamily, residential. Let's see if these. Save. Okay, cancel. That. Details. Okay, so this is I'll take this off really quick. Let's see. This must be a 14 bedroom, 6 units, number of units. So this might work for that guy, right, Henry? So we would call and make an offer, but we would have to run the numbers and make sure it's a good deal. So this is 1.7. Man, 1.7 for 6 units. That's trash, bro. That ain't a good deal.
Dang. No wonder that expire listing MLS.
Oh, does it say expired on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but might be worth calling, right?
Yep.
Might be worth calling. So let's but yeah, I'm not calling anyone at the moment, but I'm showing you how to get a criteria from a buyer and then look for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be your fastest way to getting a deal. And you can leverage me and the team, since you're a part of the mentorship, you can leverage me to help you negotiate it, right? Because I'll negotiate deals all day to help you guys, and we can do deals together. Versus in the beginning, you don't always need me. I'm just saying, like, if you want to help, I got you, right?
So let's say do the happen that they buy the property in their area, but that property already under contract. Are they gonna buy it?
Say that one more time, Henry.
So let's say they are in their. Let me open up Discovery. Give me a sec. So in the buy box criteria, right? So let's say I find a property at Tampa, Florida, but that property already under contract by somebody else. So can I send that property to the hedge fund?
When you say under contract, do you mean that someone else has it under contract? Is that what you mean?
Yes. And then they look they're looking for the buyer, and then I see that it fit on the Heaven buy box.
So you're talking about JVing, right? Like if you see someone that has a property, can you submit it to the hedge fund?
Yes, so something like that.
You can, but I would only submit stuff to them that you have talked to the person that has the deal and you're like, hey, can we JV on this? Because you don't want to waste your time and submit stuff and then they say they want it and then you go back and they've already sold it, because that's a waste of your time.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So let me show you how we're going to use social media, which is free, to find this property. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But let me before I actually have one more person on my mind who has a prop that wants to buy something. So we're going to go here to Offer on Homes team, because that's the team that's looking for deals. You're on that. Zishan actually just popped in here. What's up, Zishan?
Hi, what's up, Nathan? I'm good.
Zishan, did you not get the you probably didn't get the notification with the link for today, did you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I did not get the notification, and I was, trying to see somewhere on the Discord, but I can't find it. But anyways,
I have the permissions. I got to fix them. Sometimes you can see, sometimes you can't. I got to fix it up. All right. So this is Dylan is actually one of our mentorship members. He is I'm showing people how to reverse engineer to look for properties buyers for. So Dylan Rogers flip. So my man wants a flip in Ogden. So let's actually call Dylan. Let's say, hey man, I know you want a property. What do you want? This is actually a mentorship student. He joined my program and he flips, but he wanted to learn how to wholesale. And I was like, I called him the other day and he told me he wants a flip. So let's look for our guy. Let's find our guy a flip.
Yep.
He's going to pay a wholesale fee. He's probably busy flipping a house. He flips right now.
Please leave your message.
All right, so my boy didn't answer, but let me show you. Instead of calling someone and asking what their criteria is, this is what you can do to just send something to someone to get their criteria and look for them, right? I would rather have a.
Excuse me, Nathan. I was on a training call recently, and it was interesting. This is the first time I heard it, but they were saying like to always call the people at least twice because nobody answers the first time. Is that correct?
100%. I do it all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
They actually were suggesting 3 times, which I've never done before.
Jeannie, I call 5 times
in a row.
Oh, you call until they answer, because a lot of people, when I get a call from a number I don't know, I think it's spam automatically. But if it calls twice, I'm like, who the heck is this?
Okay.
I got to answer. So yes, if you've been, I know you've been kind of up and about through this challenge, but through this challenge, I've been calling people like 3 or 4 times, All right. So everyone, now we're talking about getting to the buyer criteria, right? So I'm calling Dylan right now to get his criteria, but there's got to be a better way to do it than just calling people. So that's what I'm gonna show you right now. Is there is a you can make a form on Google of your buy box criteria, that the questions to send to people. So let me show you how to get there. So we got deal finders. But hold on, I made it in here. Where is it? Buy box. Georgia buy box. Okay, cash buyer buy box. So this is a buy box that you can send to someone, and I wouldn't just send it to anybody and everyone, because you want to specifically have a relationship with someone and find them a deal. Just like I have a relationship with Dylan, and I have a relationship with Nate, and I know if I'm looking and I find something, or their buyer buys something, they're going to tell me. But if you just do this for like 100 people, it's going to be difficult to like make sure that they're still buying. They didn't find anything. So this is the cash buyer buy box. You can make this super easy. You just want to know your buyer's email, their phone number, what type of deals are they looking for, how soon can they close, what's their budget, beds, baths, how much do they prefer to spend on repairs. So I know that Dylan, because I just talked to him, he wants to, he's finishing up another flip. So he said, yo, Nate, I need another flip. Help me out. So I'm going to text Dylan right now. And I'm going to say, fill out this form so I can start looking and have my team start looking for you. Right. So let's see, Dylan. One. I wish my computer synced better with the text messages. 389 1202. And I'm just going to say, fill this out so I can start having the team find you your next flip that you're looking for. Okay. So bam, easy. I'm actually going to do one more thing. I'm going to actually call, since we're on this topic of like trying to reach out to buyers that are buying. Let's call Daniel, who's another flipper that joined my mentorship. And I'm gonna say, bro, give me your buy box criteria. I can just send him the form to fill out, but let's just get him on a call. Let's see. Dan the man. This dude does amazing flips. You guys should see his stuff. Crushes it.
Hey, buddy, I'm at Disney World. What's up?
Oh, Disney World. Okay, sorry, man. I just wanted to ask you for your buying criteria because I was I'm gonna start looking for deals in that area for you, and have my team.
Crowd, baby.
Can I? Well, I know that, but I know you're busy with your family, so I'm just gonna send you like a Google form to fill out. Can you fill it out, and then I'm gonna give it to my students, and we're gonna find you something.
You got it, man. It sounds like a great plan.
Okay. All right. Sweet. I'll send that. Have fun, brother.
See you, buddy.
Bye. See, bro, that easy. So I'm giving you guys enough people right now on this call. We got my man, Nate, that he's got the two buyers. We got Dan the man, and we have the hedge fund. Those are enough people where if we go look specifically, they're going to give us an answer ASAP, right? And I'm not saying that you have to sell it to these people. Like, let's say we bring Daniel a deal and it's worth $250, but he's lowballing me at $200. I'm not going to sell it to him, even though we're cool. And I was looking specifically for him. I'm going to say, hey, bro, I know I can make more. I put a lot of time and money, effort into finding this deal. Either you got to come up or I got to find another buyer. And if I don't find someone, I'll come back to you and you got it. But I got to make some more. So they can't be upset at that point. They're not going to be like, oh, come on, dude. No, you're going to be like, dude, took me a lot of time and energy to find this deal. So we're going to hit up Dan the man. We're going to send him the cash buyer box and the cash buyer form, just like we did with Dylan. And we're going to find him a deal. Okay. The Genie, Henry, Zishan, any questions at the moment of what we're trying to do here?
Wait, so Dylan, he a flipper?
He's a flipper. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And and again, everybody understand what I'm saying when I'm saying you don't have to sell it to these people. You're just getting an idea of what they want. You're bringing it to them. If they're willing to pay you enough, great. And if not, find somebody else. Right. It just gives us direction because Henry, I know since you joined my mentorship, you're bringing me deals. You brought me a multifamily deal. You've brought me, just random stuff, which is okay, but let's get you focused, right? Because if you can focus, the opportunity, your chances of succeeding are much greater, right?
Mm-hmm.
So again, going back to the Discord that all of you have access to, if you ever go to buy box criteria, pick a buy box and start looking. And we can JV on the deal together, or you don't need my buy boxes. These are ones that I've made. You can go get your own, right? And you don't need me. But if you want to use mine, then let's do business and let's work together. Let's partner. If you happen to have a deal that you want me to negotiate, all you have to do is set an appointment for me right here. Set an appointment. So let's say you're talking to a seller or an agent and they're like, yeah, I'll negotiate. And you smell and you feel like it's a good deal. Just say, okay, hey, look, I'm not the one that negotiates on behalf of our company. Let me set you up with an appointment with Nate. Are you free at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time? They're like, well, what time is that for me? You're like, I don't know. What time zone are you in? They're like, I'm Eastern Standard Time. So you'd say, are you free at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time to talk with Nate? They'd say, yeah. So you just go select the time. You'd put your name since you're the student. So we'd put Henry. You put their information, the seller's name, information, all this. You'd put it in here and then submit it. And it goes directly to me. It goes to my calendar. I negotiate it. You can watch me negotiate it and learn that way. So it's all set up for you guys to succeed if you need my help. Again, if you don't need me, whatever. But it's pretty much it. Cool. All right. So let's go into, now that we have the buy box criteria, let's use social media to find a deal. Okay. What do you think? I'm going to bring Jeannie back on here. Jeannie, you keep popping in and out. Is your phone?
Yeah, no, it's because I'm on my iPad and I'm trying to get into some of the things that like you're doing and seeing, and then it keeps like popping me out. So I keep like popping back in. It's just weird. So
It's okay.
You know, I'm just not going to do that anymore.
You were asking if I could put the buy box in the resources area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll definitely do that. Let's see.
Because then if we have our own cash buyers, then we could add to it and then everyone can participate too.
Yeah. Do you think it'd be better if you had your own buyers that you built your own buy box, or do you want to have?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what to put in it. That's why I wanted to see what you had.
Okay, so let me show you. This is really cool. This is exactly what you're gonna do with the buy box that I have right here. Okay, you can see the Discord. So I'm putting it in right here. Here we go. Buy box criteria form
for buy.
Yeah, so it's under the offer. Actually, I'm gonna put it in for you right here under the vault as well. I know it's kind of confusing. I'll explain a little bit more where everything is, but you'll understand. So buy box criteria form. So if you take this link, you should be able to just make a copy of it. So let's go to a new browser. Let's see, Nathan. I didn't copy it. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's see if it did it now. It's still not copying it. Wow, that's really annoying. Okay, let's try this one. Okay. So this one does not allow you to make a copy. Usually it does. So give me a second. Let me try this one. Try that. Okay, cool. So this link, all you have to do is you just have to go to make a copy. So if I give you this link, Jeannie, you just go to make a copy, and it will make a copy into your own drive. And then you can name it Jeannie's buy box or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So again, I'm putting it, just so you know, I'm putting it into the buy box criteria form under the vault. The vault is where you guys get all your resources that you need. So buy box criteria, and I'm also going to put it in the resources here. Let's see.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Again, I think it's going to be easier.
I'm not like tech savvy like at all. So
yeah, and the thing is, like, I like being tech savvy because it makes things easier, but you don't have to be tech savvy to do this business. If you just pick up the phone and make enough calls, that's
Yeah. No, I just always had somebody else doing all that kind of stuff for me.
yeah, and that's kind of what I've showed on this challenge is like a lot of what I've done in the beginning of the challenge wasn't tech savvy stuff. It was just like calling for sale by owners and a lot of that stuff. Okay. But I know I've said this a lot, but let's use social media to find a deal now. Okay. Now that we have the form and you guys can send that out to people, let's go to social media and try and find this criteria. Okay, so what do you guys think I'm gonna post to find a deal on my own personal file? What do you think I would say?
Let's see. That's you a cash buyer, and then you're looking for some property to buy, right?
I would probably just put the buy box criteria in there, right?
Yeah.
That's it. As simple as that. So you say, hey, I'm looking. So I'm just putting myself in the position of the person I'm looking for. So, hey, I'm looking for a flip in, right? And put the criteria. Hey, I'm looking for a flip in to do my next flip. I'm looking for my next flip to do in Ogden. It doesn't have to be in too bad of shape, comma, I can also so buy and hold. This is what I'm looking for if you got it. If you got it. Here, email me anything you got. Now, there's probably other ways they can send it to you. They could probably send it to you through a text or whatever, but let's just keep it to email right now. Nathan Payne, investing at gmail.com. All right. What I'm looking for. Okay, so pretty simple. Now we're just going to go here to the buy box criteria that we did. I'm going to specifically look for the one of the family. Ogden 3-2. I'm going to put it here, what I'm looking for. Ogden, 3 bedrooms, south, max budget 500, would like a basement, east of Washington Boulevard. I'll even take the picture that I got, make it seem even more legit, right? So let's copy image. Let's see if I can just paste that right in there. There you go. Pretty easy to understand post, right? So what's my goal now? I'm going to try and blast every real estate group. I'm going to go to neighborhood Facebook groups in this area. I'm going to post on my own personal. I think that's going to be the best way for me to find opportunities for free using social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go here, I post. All right, what's a Facebook group that you guys think I could use at the moment? Like, well, that's a terrible question. How do you think I'm going to find Facebook groups right now to post in?
I mean, if you have joined the Facebook groups and, investors groups where, you can find property on Facebook, particularly. Also, the title owner have joined the local Facebook groups to see the stuff, and you can post it into the investor groups as well if you want a JV, or if somebody want a JV in that buy box criteria.
Yes, exactly. There's 2 places that I would look for on Facebook, either neighborhood Facebook groups that are specifically neighborhoods. And you would have to research like specific neighborhood areas in that and where you're looking, or you can just type in Utah. Any state that you have, if you just type in the state and then real estate, it will usually find the Facebook groups. They're all kind of named different things, but because everybody on this call is in the mentorship, I got a gift for you. All you have to do is go to the mind map that you get the course, the blueprint, and I have a spreadsheet that has every Facebook group in the United States on a list, so you don't even have to go and search. You can just go here. So you go to network, and then you go to where is it? Where to find buyers, and then we're at network of agents. Call real estate investors. I'm sorry, it's actually under every way to find cash buyers. There's a lot of different ways, right? I just laid out all out there for you. Okay, let's see. Join online. Okay, so right here it says join online real estate investor groups in your market and other groups like my Discord. And then right here, it should. Where is it? Put the list in here. Is this it? No, it's a dang video. Let's see. Hard light. Where the heck is this dang list? Is it not in here? Okay, let's see. This is it. There it is. Okay. Sorry about that. So this has every real estate investing group in the United States.
What was it under, Nathan?
I'll show you right now.
Okay.
So it's under, I know it's kind of hard to find. I'm actually putting this in a course form instead of a mind map form because it's gotten a little crazy. But all you have to do is go to number 3, network and find cash buyers. Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you go to bonus, every way to find cash buyers, because I lay out every way you can find a cash buyer and how to do it. So it's under bonus, flippers, and then you just scroll down to the one that says join online real estate investor groups in your market and other groups like my Facebook group. And then it's real estate investor Facebook groups nationwide. Join all the ones in your market. So if you click on the spreadsheet, it takes you to all the real estate investing groups. Let's see, there's Georgia. Well, I thought it had every state. Let's see. It's got Texas, Arizona, North Carolina, hot NC, Florida, Florida, Georgia. Okay. I'm going to actually add Utah. But it has these ones, right? I guess it didn't do all of them. But let's go back here. I know all the real estate investing groups in Utah just because I'm a part of them. So I would go to the real estate investing groups and I would make the same post. Right? Copy. And hopefully some people send me some information they have to my email or they respond to my post. And that is how I would go about finding these deals. Now, what I'd like to do is leverage people instead of me making these posts and looking for these deals. I'd like for people to go find them and then bring them to me, and I just have to negotiate the deal. And that way we're able to work together instead of having to do the whole thing yourself. Now, if you're a one-man team, if you want to do this the whole process by yourself, you can. But I have, another business I'm running, so I have to work with others and leverage my skill set so I don't just I'm not looking all day. If I had the time, I'd look all day. I wouldn't mind because it's like, okay, that's cool. But that's how I would find stuff on Facebook. If you went on Craigslist, it would be the same thing. You could look for properties that meet the criteria. What else? I don't know. I wouldn't really use any other social media to look other than Facebook, to be honest. Maybe other people are savvier with other platforms, but I think Facebook is probably the best route. Okay. Cool. What do you guys think? Because I think that's the best way to go about it if you want to be quick. I want some feedback from you guys, and if you feel like this is a good strategy.
It's an excellent strategy, and it is working for some people and working for many people, I would say. And if you type in the right keywords when you're searching for groups like that, like you type in 3 keywords, for example, Clayton County buy, sell, and these 3 words even would find you the relevant group in the Clayton County. And if you type in the school district name, that kind of keywords in a particular area, and combined with the particular neighborhood, that would find you the local groups that people located in that area are part of, and they always see the stuff from that group, and you post on in that group, you would get engagements from the people, and as you get engagement, it would pop up to more and more people within that group.
Yes,
So
100%. So
yeah.
I have a homework assignment for anyone watching this, for Jeannie, for Zishan, for Henry. You have the criteria right now. You want to go make money. Go look in those areas on the MLS. Use any strategies that you want. Really, it doesn't matter what strategy you use. That's why people kind of struggle with this business. They're like, which one's the best? They all work if you just put in the work. The thing is, do you have the time or you have the money? If people have the money, then they just put pay-per-click. They just put the area they want and they're willing to pay for it and they're willing to take the leads, but they have to pay for it. They do radio. They do radio in a specific area. They do TV commercials in a specific area. They cold call in a specific area. Again, you don't have the money. You have to drive for dollars in that area. You have to for sale by owner, MLS offers. You have to just look on social media. And that's what I primarily do is I keep my eyes peeled for what my buyers want. And if I come across something, then it's, I bring it to them and I make money. And JVing as well, right? If someone brings me a deal, I can dispo anything, but it's the best is when I have a buyer already. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got something for you. So
I have some friends that have locked up they have 6 deals,
okay.
and they're only able to sell 1, and it's been like a couple weeks. So what would be the best strategy to help them like dispo the deal? Because I know I looked at the buyers list that we have.
Okay.
And it's not particularly that county, but it's the county. You have one for the county, like right next door. So what would you suggest?
So you're kind of going a step further, right? Like I'm looking for a potential buyer. You have a house, they have a house under contract, so that you're JVing right now. It's like,
well, I mean, I'm just looking at all different ways, right? Like
right, which is good. I think JVing is great. I think that's probably one of the best ways to make money fast. If someone has a contract and they just need help finding a buyer, that's one step further than not having a contract, right? And looking. So let's do that really quick. So what area? I'll show you what I would do.
Yeah, please. Thank you. It is, I think it was, what you have would be Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
No, so let's do this. Give me, first of all, I want to see if it's a deal. That's the first thing you want to do. You don't want to be working your butt off on a JV deal to find out that the person, they just have a bad deal, right?
Oh yeah, they're all 1% deals.
So 1% deals are okay. That works in specific areas of the United States. 1% deal doesn't mean anything if the area sucks in the Midwest. If it's in the northern Midwest, you have to, in some of those areas, you got to get like 2%, right? Like in for example, in Missouri, St. Louis, you can get way better than the 1% rule because the properties are so low and it's like trashy areas, right? So that's kind of the difficult part of doing not knowing an area, is because it could be really bad. It could be a really trashy area. So let's run these deals. Let's check.
Okay. One of them is sold, so I'm trying to find out.
I'm going to show you exactly how to run your numbers. All right.
It's excellent, Nathan, that you're giving the exact footprints, to the people that are with you, to put everything into practice for them,
Hey, I appreciate
It's
that.
amazing.
Well, hey, look, there's my only desire right now is to help Jeannie crush it, Henry crush it, you crush it. That's all I want for you guys. I want you to make money.
Well,
Sure.
I'm just looking online, and all of a sudden now they blocked out the address.
Oh gosh. All right.
Yeah, I mean they had it already. I mean, I'm in touch with my friend.
Is it is it on Investor Lift or something?
No, it's one of my friends that are in my group. Okay, here's what. Here's one. 1328.
Okay, 1 3.
I found it where she didn't. Well, wait for questions. Okay. This one is in Harrisburg, 1328 Howard Street.
Howard
Yes.
in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing we have to do is we have to find out what they got it under contract for, right? So when you're going to JV with someone, just say, hey, look, if I can find a buyer, would you be okay with splitting the deal 50-50, right? And if they're like, no, then you'd say, okay, well, maybe I can just add my fee on top. And then they didn't tell you what price they have. Then you have to run your numbers off of what price they're trying to sell it for. But anyway, go ahead. Do you know what?
Okay, so what they're asking for is 105.
Okay, do you know what they have it under contract for?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. So on this property, if you can see my screen, they're asking for 105, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just a quick glance at this. I don't know this area. I'm going to have to do some research right now, but it's saying that it was assessed in 2022 for 40,900, which is a bad sign if that's true, right? Because they're way above. But again, you have to check the area. So this is a 5-bedroom, 1 bath. Does your friend have pictures?
Yeah.
Okay. How's the? I don't have to see it. How's the condition? Just give me.
Yeah, I mean it's decent. It's rentable. It's rented.
Is it currently rented at the moment?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. What did they get for rents at the moment?
1335.
1335. Okay. See, that's where you want to own a rental right there. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see what Batch ain't coming back with nerfing. It's kind of weird because if you look it up on Batch, it's kind of hard to find, and then if you look it up on Zillow, it's not hard to find. But okay, so it's Howard Street. All right, so it's right here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to see, okay, what's for sale in this area at the moment that's close to that criteria. So this is a 5-bedroom, 1 bath. Okay, so what's for sale? Okay, this is for sale, 5-bedroom, 1 bath. This is for sale for 100,000, and you can look at it. Not bad, right? It doesn't look nice, but it says it's coming soon for 100,000. So this is 95,000. Okay, it looks like it needs to be rehabbed. So but it's 3 baths instead of 1. So this is 135, 5-1, decent looking. 135. It's been on the market for 16 days. So we're trying to find out what this thing could be worth if we were.
Right.
So we're seeing 135 as a potential comp.
I have a question here, Nathan.
Go ahead.
I mean, how far can we look at when we are, from the subject's property when we're finding comps?
That's the issue with not knowing an area, because in these places like this on Howard Street, we don't know if Howard Street is the worst street in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg. We don't know that. So, or we don't know if it's the most desirable place. So right now I'm just going off of the data that I can see. And I'm seeing that it's anywhere from 100 to 135 is what properties are selling for. I have to go as far as I can see the data, right? But
like without going over like major interest.
Yeah.
Right?
Like for example, right here, this is Cameron Street. I don't really want to go over here. This is State Street. You don't want to go too over here. I would probably just try and stay in this area if there's not like major roads or a highway. So I'm thinking like here. And And if you were serious about this deal and you wanted to do it, you could call an agent that represents a house, and you would call them and say, hey, I'm working with a seller. I'm an investor. I'm new to this area, but I have a seller who wants to sell me the house. It's on Howard Street. She's wanting to sell it to me for 105. I think I can resell it for 135. Is that accurate since you're an expert? Can you help me out? And then if they're like, no, dude, Howard Street is the worst, then that gives you kind of an idea. But agents are usually willing to answer questions, especially if they feel like there's something in it, like they can get a relist or something. But I'm looking at for sale, not for sold because usually sold, the data is a little outdated because of the way the market's shifting. But we can go right here to the last 90 days, and we can see. You're going to have to actually filter this. So, okay, these are what's sold around here in the last 30 days. So this one, according to this, sold for $31,000. We don't see pictures, so we don't know the condition. This one sold for $82,000 a month ago. And look, that the property isn't that bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your friend at 105, just looking at what's sold, they're way off.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get their property. Now let's run it in a calculator, right? Let's put it in the wholesale calculator. So if I wanted to flip this house and we think that the ARV is 135 and I bought it at 105 from them, if I bought it at 105 from them and I have my holding costs, takes me 4 months, and I had to put a medium rehab into, let's say it's 1,500 square feet, I would lose $21,000, and it would be a negative 16% net margin, a flipper's net margin. So nobody's going to do that. So in order for this to be a deal for a flipper, he's got to be above the yellow, at least above the yellow. So flipper wouldn't take this at 75. He'd have to get it at 60, I think, for it to make. Okay, 60 is a little too much. 65. Okay, so around 65,000 is probably the price that a flipper would want this deal if he were to flip it according to the numbers. Now, if it's a rental area, then you'd have to find out what's the return people want in that area. I don't know because I don't buy in that area. You could call an agent. You can also go here to rent, and you can say, okay, what's for rent around here? $1,500, 15, 14, and it's about the same. This one's actually way bigger. So you can see here, it's like, okay, rents are going for around 1,500, and people are buying properties for around like 105 that are potentially rentals. We're just speculating right now because I don't know the area, but so maybe your friends is looking at this like, I need to find a buy and hold investor, right? Instead of a flipper. And when you're trying to sell it to buy and hold investors, you got to find a specific buyer, right? It's not like the normal flipper that's going to buy with hard money. You're looking for someone specific. So if you want to know how to find buy and hold investors, you go to the mind map, and same thing under bonus on how to find every way to find cash buyers. Go to landlord cash buyers because we're talking buy and hold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are all the ways to find buy and hold investors. Zillow Rentals. You would look this up and you'd say, all right, who's renting properties out right now? Maybe they want another rental. So then you could call Harris and say, hey, Harris, I got another rental. Is that something you'd be interested in? You could go to Craigslist for rent by owner as well. Say, hey, do you want another one? Go to section8.com, landlord associations, property management companies have buyers, local real estate investor meetups, networking events, registered landlords list. Landglide is an app that shows you LLCs that own rentals. So
what's that called again? Landglide?
Yeah, Landglide. It's right here. Landglide app.
Oh, wait, my picture's in the way.
Oh, you're good. Landglide. Landglide.
Oh.
It's an app.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
So that's probably what your friends are trying to do is they're taking a long shot. They're trying to find a landlord buyer. that will, because again, on a flip, it doesn't really make sense, right? Unless you get it around like 60, 70, right?
Yeah.
And again, remember that the 1% rule only applies in specific states and areas, because there are other proper areas of the United States that are really, really bad, that even if you gave someone 1% return, they wouldn't care. They'd be like, great, you could give me that house for free. I don't want it. It's dangerous in that area. You know?
So at 135 ARV, the flipper would want it to be at 65.
Yeah. So let's look at the numbers again, right? So a flipper, his goal is to get a property in a net flip, a flipper's net margin. They want the net margin after everything's said and done. They want it anywhere from 10 to 20%. That's their goal. They got to make money. So if they invest money and they don't make a good return, they're not going to do it, because it's not worth their time, energy, and effort. So at your friends at 105, the flipper to buy at 105, he would lose $21,000 because he has to put 20 into it. He's got to pay hard money costs, agents fees, put money down. So that's why you got to run your numbers when looking at deals to see if it's a novation, a wholesale deal, if it's a rental. You got to look at all the options. So let me give you a scenario. I was talking to the seller that I told you I should have put an option to purchase contract on. I offer her house is worth $350. She said, I want to, there's another buyer at $275. I ran the numbers and I said, okay, if I were to flip her house and it cost me $36,000 to rehab it, I'm going to lose money. I can't buy it at $275. I don't know how that other buyer is buying at $275. I'm going to lose money. So I can't do a wholesale deal. I can't make a cash offer on this, but I can do a novation, because I can pay. We can do more on novations. I can do sell it to a landlord buyer, but I have to have that buyer. I have to know somebody, right? Because they're harder to find. Or I have to list this. I have to refer them to a real estate agent that can list it. So just because someone says no to your lowball cash offer does not mean the deal is over. That's why I'm telling you guys, send me deals and I can negotiate them, because if I offer someone that needs to sell a cash offer, and they don't want it, I'm still going to pivot and move to the other options that I can offer.
Okay.
So someone from the live is saying, Nathan, what's novation mean? Novation, I don't know the exact definition. I could probably Google it or check Chatbot GPT for it. But novations essentially is you're just partnering with the seller and you're listing their property in their behalf. And you're like, you can represent them. You're not a real estate agent, but they sign a power of attorney. So you can sign for them, and then you can get paid. Even if someone goes the traditional route of getting a traditional mortgage, you can still get a fee. All right. So Martin says, where can I get this Google sheet? Great question, Martin. Martin, this is actually the sheet is, I give it to everybody that's a part of my club community. So if you want it, and if you want any of the resources, a lot of the resources we have, just join the club program, and we'd love to give you this and anything else you need. Right. So, Jeannie, I hope this was helpful. I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've been able to watch and learn a lot, but really the key is, taking the action, right? Like getting in there, making the calls. So, what's your goal today? How many calls are you going to make today?
Well, I'd love to target the 50.
Okay.
We'll see how far I get. But now, I have a question. If I wanted to call some agents that I know to get lists of like over 100-day properties and stuff like that, is that what I would ask them for? Or what would I like if I wanted to call some real estate agents that I already know?
So if you want to call real estate agents that you already know,
what's the best what's the best conversation to have with them?
Well, you would, if you already know them, you would tell them what you're looking for, right?
Uh-huh.
and then you would ask them to send it to you, right?
Okay.
That's why I would call an agent, is either they have an existing listing that you can wholesale, or say, hey, if you have anything in the future, can you send it to me? I'm looking in this area, in this specific criteria. Yeah, that's what I do. Because again, just like I'm telling you guys to go find deals for me, you can do that to the same thing to agents, right? But you have to have something specific, so when they bring you something, you're not like, second guessing. You're not
Yeah.
wasting your time. What I would recommend you do is look at the buy box criteria that I have here in the
Mhm.
and I would pick one and start looking, whether it's the multifamily guy. I'll put Dylan's and I'll put Daniel's in here too, but just pick one and start looking, and I'll help you. Because again, I want Henry, I want you, I want everyone to get a deal ASAP, and I'll do my best to help you out.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I thought, Nathan, I thought that, like like in my women's group, like they've been trying to target like calling agents and asking them to send them, the over 100-day listings on the MLS and stuff like that. Would you suggest to do that?
I've never done that route.
Okay.
Because for me, the strategies that I would do again are I specifically look in areas on the MLS.
Mhm.
Yeah, kind of what I showed you. If you just call an agent and you're like, hey, can I have the 100-day-old listings? I don't. Who's on that list? Like they could be in any area.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again,
Okay.
I don't think that's probably like the smartest move. But
Okay.
if they're doing it and they're crushing it, then great. But
Yeah, I'm just curious.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You could ask an agent, hey, like, could you call that list for me and I'll buy something from you? Maybe have them do it, because they're just going to give you a list for you to cold call. You're not really trying to cold call right now. You're trying to call opportunities.
All right.
So someone said, where can I join the club? Sorry, I'm new to this live. So Martin, if you want to join the club, you just have to set up a call, and we can get you signed up. Just DM me in Facebook, and we'll send you a link for you to chat with us. Because we have we have the club, we have different options. We have the club and the mentorship. If you're not interested in the mentorship, that's fine. But the club, we can get you signed up for that. So just sign up a call, just DM me, and we'll send you the link. And then how can we start a conversation with a cash buyer when we call them? That's a great question. So if you look at my mind map that I have, I actually have like 5 conversations of calling brand new buyers and recording myself doing it in our blueprint that you actually get in with the club as well. So if you're interested in having that question answered, I would just join the club as well, the wholesaling club that we have. And it says what to say to buyers. The best way to build rapport. I go over it. I give you examples of phone calls right here on that you can watch. I even give you ways to take them out to lunch. So if you're really interested, like I said, DM me, set up a time, and we'll get you signed up. I'm telling you guys, this mind map, Zishan, Henry, Gene, it's got everything you need. Any question you have, just let me know, and I'll point you to what you need. Okay.
All right.
All right, guys, let's go crush it today. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And tomorrow, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow too. I'm gonna say, what did you do? Hey, I'm gonna be on you, because you basically you joined me so I can help you, and I'm gonna make sure you get to work. Okay. That's what we're here for. Okay.
Okay.
Later.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah. Okay. Peace out.
All right.
We got someone saying that's the best mind map ever. Remember when it was free? That's right. It was free. It's too juicy now. I got it. It's for the club. All right, Zishan. Stay in, Zishan. I'll end the live, and then me and you can kind of chat about the CRM. Peace out, everybody.